Hey guys, it's Go.
Oh. Hello. You've gone. Oh. You're meant to be
Good
just...
start.
Yeah, what happened there?
I'm this laptop that I have, like the curves are so slippery. Like if you, especially when your hand's a little bit sweaty, like it just locked me out of the studio.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Anyway, I'll start again. Hey guys, it's Go to Your Own Research. I hope everyone's doing really good on this very hot, sweltering UK heatwave night. So, big exciting news. We have a special guest tonight. I've done an interview with him before when he told me about how he was recruited by someone who used to be in the IDF and worked for the UK government, and he turned him down and then went public with his story. Eamon Baines. And he's a real, actual journalist, by the way. How are you?
Okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So, yeah, Tyler Oliveira. That's who
Okay,
we're going to be talking about, yeah?
sure.
So, you were saying since the last time we spoke, you've been doing your TikTok. And so you have studied journalism, you're a qualified journalist, and you have a YouTube channel, which is obviously linked in the title, and you have a TikTok account and an Instagram, right? And you were saying you've been making small TikToks and they've been getting some views. So I was having a little look through and I saw the Tyler Oliveira one, and I was like, oh yeah, I've spoken about him before because he pops up all over the place. And I noticed he's been coming to the UK a lot, so I'm like, that's interesting. So let's see what your video said. I had everything ready, but now I just have my little mishap. Okay, so can we see the screen? Yeah. Yeah, so this is your TikTok. 74,000 likes. And this is, yeah, please give him some support. This is an actual journalist, actual independent journalist.
This is Tyler Oliveira, the YouTuber who is about to appear on a podcast, very big on social media, over 9 million on YouTube. He makes videos relentlessly about migrant invasions of the America and the West. I had never seen any evidence he's worked a real job or really contributes to society other than making these videos, but whatever. And my issue with him is twofold. One, he punches across, not up. I've never seen him. He's clearly got a lot of talent in making videos. He's got a lot of followers. I've never seen him. He interviews a lot of working class people in America who are immigrants to complain about them. I've never seen him go to Washington. I've never seen him talk to senators. I've never seen him go to Wall Street. He punches across, not up. And my other thing is, he's complaining about all these migrant invasions. Tyler Oliveira is not Native American. He was descended from immigrants to America. So how can he complain about immigrants to America when he himself was descended from immigrants to America? And then more to the point, unless I'm going crazy, Oliveira sounds to me like a Spanish name, ethnically. So his descendants were from probably Spain or maybe Portugal. So maybe recent immigrants even from South America, most likely. So I don't really understand his logic there. I just think this guy is a complete... He's making dishonest content. It makes no sense. And I think it's actually quite hateful. This is Tyler Oliveira, the YouTuber who is about to appear on a podcast.
What did you say at the end? He's quite hateable.
Hateful, hateful.
Oh, he's hateful.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I definitely think this is paid for propaganda, like
Okay.
100. So where do we start? Well, I think I first like came across him like years ago when he was talking about homeless people. And then I remember, like Kayla said, there was this guy called Vince Vantage who did like a sort of expose. Well, it was a bit of a deep dive. I mean, you can't really expose him. It's kind of obvious that his content isn't authentic. But I think it's a lot darker than that, to be fair. That's why I'm really interested to hear your take on it. So the first thing I thought is he really reminds me of Mr. Beast.
Okay.
What do you think?
The same kind of like lack
Energy.
of emotion, like soulless, like just do it for clicks. Yeah, I see what you mean in that regard.
And then the thumbnails as well, like the AI thumbnails, like being super dramatic and
Yeah,
acting.
the one where he points like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the raised voice and the like over enthusiastic about everything when it's like really serious issues. Like the same way Mr. Beast pretends to be a philanthropist, I feel like this guy is pretending to be a journalist. Because like you said, he don't have a job. He's never had a job. He's 26, so he's been doing this since 2018. And you said he's really good at making videos, but I'm pretty sure he has a team, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so
I'm
I
interested.
looked up his. It was one of the first things I found out when I researched him, which I haven't even done that much. But so the first thing I see was, let me just put my glasses on. Tyler Oliveira, January 6, 2000, is American YouTuber. He made several challenge videos before transitioning to videos centered on man on the street interviews. So I think he got a break by doing a collaboration with Mr. Beast.
Okay.
I think it actually says it down here.
Yeah, there
There,
you go.
early career and Mr. Beast collaboration. He first gained virality in 2018 through a collaboration with prominent YouTuber Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson. Donaldson identified Oliveira as the 7th million subscriber to his channel and launched him in a challenge video, which provided Oliveira's channel with a substantial boost in visibility. Well, it would. He subsequently built a following based on stunt and challenge videos before transitioning to a documentary and investigative format. So it's really interesting because I don't know if you know too much about Mr. Beast, but I did quite a little bit of research into him when I first started my channel because it was in 2024. There was like an expose, or it wasn't even an expose, it was like his ex-employee did a whistleblower video, made 2 videos about him exposing how fraudulent all the videos were and things like that, like what I just read out, that he was the 7th subscriber or whatever, 7,000th subscriber. That was all fake. That was all set up. Like he would use friends or people he already knew in these videos that would win the prizes or take part in the challenges or the stunts or whatever, and pretend it was like random people. So that totally clicks. And then guess what else? He's managed by Mr. Beast's old manager.
What's Mr. Beast manager's name? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, he has a company called Night Ventures. And so the reason when Mr. Beast like started getting loads of backlash, he'd actually just left that management company, which I think is really interesting. So his name is Reed Dushula or something. He used to be like
Okay.
a like a sports person, and then he started managing various content creators. Mr. Beast obviously came to him, and then becoming really, really successful, he's launched this is a venture capital company. Yeah, so it's not just the talent that he looks after, the streamers, but he has like all these different companies within the company that the venture capital firm owns, which do stuff like film editing, production studios. So, do you know what I mean? It's like he's getting paid from so many different sources of revenue for these videos. He's using, presumably, so he's got Hassan, which I didn't know.
Yeah, that's quite interesting because the sounds like
No, right? I was like,
very left wing.
really? It's
Yeah.
explaining a lot. Because so this guy, the reason why Mr. Beast got big, I don't know if you know, but this Reed guy, I found an interview with him where he'd been completely open about it. Didn't have very many views at all because very few people look into this stuff. But he said that Mr. Beast came to him and he was like, I'm getting loads of views on YouTube, but I'm not making any money. So he set him up with his first sponsorship video, which was the honey, which is like it's like an affiliate link sponsorship thing where they do like discount vouchers. So you can like download it to your computer, I think, and then it automatically shows you like coupon codes to get things cheaper. And yeah, so even that got exposed last year because they are not giving the creators the affiliate link money. They've managed to fiddle around with the coding so that it goes back to them. There's just so many scams in YouTube. But yeah, so that was how Mr. Beast kind of took off because of this guy, Reed. I should probably get his exact name. I can find it 1 second. I did look it up earlier, but Reed.
Well, I remember coming across Mr. Beast just by searching that up. I remember coming across him years and years ago when he did, and I quite liked him at the start because he did a video where he like counted to 1,000 or something in his bedroom for 24 hours, something like that. Or
Yeah,
not 1,000, something absurd like
it was like 3 million. Or
3 million, something. Yeah,
yeah, he did like really, like crazy stunts like that most people wouldn't do.
So back then I was like, oh, actually,
He was desperate to go viral. He was literally trying anything.
But back then I thought, oh, fairly innocent, kind of funny, counting to 3 million, and then it's become so dark so quickly.
Yeah.
It's sad how these people start off innocent and then they just, as soon as they get a bit of views and money, it's just like
right,
thrown out the window. It just all becomes about capital rather than, well, ethics or morals or truth.
I know. Have you seen? So the guy that did the whistleblowing video was called Dog Pack 404.
Okay, I've not seen that particular one.
I don't know if you see it. He's done 2 long videos. Like he did another one, but he took that one down. But they're really good because obviously he works in the industry, so he knows how to do good edits as well. But he showed us a lot of stuff. It's not just the fakery of the videos, how everything's set up, but so much came out about how they destroy the landscape when they go and do these stunts and they just leave everything. They don't clear it up. Another thing I found out as well quite recently was, they did like this ocean beach cleanup thing.
Okay.
Or they were like partnered with a company it was a venture capital company that cleans up oceans. I think it has that like boat thing that sucks all the plastic up. And so Mr. Beast is on this beach picking up plastic bottles, which he flipping produces with his prime
Yeah.
string,
I
and
know.
do you know what I mean? And he makes like plastic figures, but yeah. So I was actually looking at the company that he partnered with just recently, and they're just a venture capital firm. He's raised millions for them through his audience. He has a fundraiser that ain't gonna do nothing to improve the environment. Do you know what I mean? They might just have one of these like sample boats that goes around looking like it cleans up the bottles, but even the people in the area where he made that video have said it has had no effect whatsoever. He didn't even properly clean the beach up. So it's just all stunts and making more money for venture capitalists, basically, which is the thing people don't get. They just focus on, oh, he did this and he did that. And then and also like the way that he treats the contestants is really dark. Like, so Dogpack on the second episode did an interview with this guy that worked for him as well, that did like a lot of the stunts, like to win the money. And he was like breaking down about this. He had to do like a kind of, it sounded like a torture challenge. He had to like stay in a cell for, I don't know, like a week or something. And he was saying about how he was sleep deprived. They had to have the lights on all the time so that they could just carry on filming, because obviously like the videos end up being like a few minutes long, because that people that watch it have such short attention spans. So he's like, I wasn't allowed to sleep without the lights off because they wanted to keep the continuity going all the time.
Well, the disturbing thing is that he's very popular with children. That's what's
Right.
most disturbing.
I
And
know.
his content is very clearly marketed at children.
100.
So that's what makes all of this so much more sinister.
I know. I've been saying all of this,
I've
and
heard of
you work with kids, right?
yeah, I don't want to say too much publicly.
Oh,
That's all right. But but yeah, I know for a fact that children know who he is. Let's put it that way.
No,
Which is
same. I work with young people a lot as well,
yeah.
and I had a kid come last summer, and that he wanted to do something to do with Mr. Beast. He was like, Mr. Beast is my favorite person in the world, and I was just like horrified, because obviously I know a lot of things about him. And I was like, oh, why do you like him? And he's like, because he's really nice to animals. And I was like, oh, God. What can I say? I was just like dying inside, because I'm like, that's obviously the impression that they get. And, you know.
Sorry, it's a car alarm.
Oh.
Sorry.
So.
Let me try and close that window. Sorry about that. That wasn't just one of those things. Someone's car. Sorry, carry on.
And I mean, you know, it was very obvious to me when I first checked him out was that he's pushing gambling, he's pushing junk food, he's pushing money and Lamborghinis in like 10-year-olds' faces. It's just ridiculous. Like, what 10-year-old cares about a Lamborghini? Like, it's just really. Oh, I don't know.
I was going to ask you, because this just came to my mind now, because obviously we're from the UK. KSI's done like collabs with him. Have you got any like? Is there any like link to KSI and all of this stuff?
So, okay, so what I know is Mr. Beast left that guy. His name is Reed Dusher. I just checked it. Wait.
Yeah.
Reed Dusher. So Logan Paul, you know, when I first spoke to you, I said I've been doing all this research into this legal case with the Crisis PR, where they've exposed all these messages about how astroturfing works with fake engagement. So the Crisis PR that was involved in that case, she works for Mr. Beast, and her ex-boss is a guy called Matthew Hiltzig. He's another crisis PR. She works for Logan Paul. Did I say that? My brain's a bit frazzled. She works for Logan Paul and Jake Paul, and her former boss, who she worked with for years, they worked for the Trump organization during the 2016 election campaign. He now works for Mr. Beast. His name's Matthew Hiltzig, and he's done PR for some really, really dodgy people, like offenders. Like he worked for Harvey Weinstein for 5.5 years, and we found out that he was in the Epstein files because they both worked for Epstein. And it's like you've got someone that did PR for Jeffrey Epstein now working with Mr. Beast as a strategist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is so disturbing, and yet so few people have reported about it. So for me, I've taken a lot of interest in it. I've been trying to make videos about it. And so I'm not too sure about KSI because I know he's very connected to Logan Paul and Jake Paul. But if you start looking at like who their agents are and how all of that management side of it is working, it starts to make a lot more sense of how they are collaborating. Do you know what I mean? So I've not really looked into KSI, but I checked out a lot about Logan Paul, unfortunately.
I just looked into this Dawson. So his real name is Dawson French.
That's the guy that did the whistleblowing. Yeah,
I'm just looking into that right now. I actually didn't know about this. I knew like vaguely, but I didn't know the specific. This is pretty insane.
I know.
Yeah, I've seen a few news articles about this, but not many. Most of it is just like YouTubers, which is
right. Yeah. See, this is the thing. I got it off. I'll just show you. That's Mr. Beast manager. Yeah, so that was the summer of 24. I had just started my channel. Literally, I started by the way, my channel is 2 years old.
Happy birthday,
I think.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm nearly at 2,000 followers. Subscribers, whatever. Yeah. I know. I just made one video and then I was like, that was going to be it. But then I just carried on because the second video I made was when I started talking about venture capital. Because I looked at this app called Depop that sells vintage clothing. And that was when I started understanding, and I was like, I'm going to start putting content like this out because no one is really talking about this stuff. Like, the only way to get information on like financial structuring of companies is from like finance channels, and they're pretty much scamming people anyway. And yeah, I mean, it's just so mad because my last live stream I had talked a lot about how a lot of content creators are scamming and using content creators to scam their audience because they don't understand how investing works. People don't understand crypto. People don't understand all these things. They just see the influencer making it look so easy. And
even Hassan, sorry to interrupt. Even Hassan, I didn't know about the Reed Dusha thing, but something I didn't know recently either is that his dad is Cenk Uygur, the guy on the Young Turks. So
yeah, I think I heard about that. I don't know if it's his dad or his uncle.
Oh, sorry, maybe not.
Yeah, sorry, no, I mean, yeah, that's how he got his.
Right. And just like I didn't know that until because I've seen some of his stuff. I don't really watch his stuff because I don't really use Twitch. I tend to use other apps more. But I thought, oh, he's legit, and to see stuff like that. I mean, yeah, and this guy, I don't like this guy, Tyler Oliver. Yeah, it's pretty depressing. And I can see, I mean, even from my own experience, I only started, I had 200 followers, and I got what's the word? Like approached, right? Yeah, recruited. So I imagine basically everybody. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if it's referring to the last video. A lot of people have contacted me since saying,
really,
TikTok DMing saying they've also contacted me. So yeah, we can talk about that if you like.
Interesting. Yeah, no, defo. Because this is the thing. I don't think people understand how. This is what I wanted to talk about today with this Tyler Oliveira thing, yeah, because I can see the kind of content he's doing. And like you said, him and Mr. Beast, they're the biggest content creators and they're appealing to children. And there's so many people like trying to do the same kind of content as them. And then you've got, like you said, you've got agencies sending people DMs, offering them money.
Yeah. And signing NDAs as well, so you can never speak about it.
Right. So you didn't have to sign an NDA?
I could have, and if I did, I'd be in a lot of trouble right now, but
I see. That's how you've become a whistleblower.
Exactly, precisely.
I see.
They sent it to me. They wanted me to sign it, but I never did.
Oh, well, good for you. I mean, I know this is what we were talking about on the last live stream as well, which was about Katie Price, because she it's a bit of a mad story, but she just got married to some guy who's a scammer basically, and his ex-girlfriend came out on TikTok and showed all these things that he'd done to her to try and get money off of her. And also he's been, doing domestic violence as well. And so I was trying to say, like, it's really important that we listen to people that have the guts to come out and say stuff like this, because they get so badly harassed and bullied for doing it. I think Dogpack, the pushback he got from doing those videos are, I think the first video, Mr. Beast is a psycho and I worked for him, has 16 million views. And the second one has like a lot of views as well. And those are the only two videos he's made. And he got so much shit for it, like real like smear campaign central, basically. But I think it did have a bit of an impact on how people started viewing Mr. Beast after that, to be fair.
The other thing I noticed is because I don't really get Mr. Beast my algorithm, because I think I'm just a bit too old for it, and I but when I do get it, I always notice that the official YouTube like account, they always comment on it. So I'm like, well, how's that fair? Because he's obviously being YouTube, the company, they obviously like this guy, so they're going to boost him. But then at that point, it's not a fair algorithm. It's not really a public. YouTube is just basically saying, "Oh, he's our friend. Let's help him."
Right.
So in every way, this guy, Mr. Beast, is basically, he's not organic in any way. All the worst people in our world are basically backing him, basically, from what I can ascertain.
The guy, the Matthew Hiltzig, he's very involved in pro-Israel stuff, very. But yeah, what was I going to say? Let's go back to talking about Tyler quickly, because I've noticed that he has been doing a lot of stuff in the UK, speaking of Israel. So yeah, actually what I was just going to say quickly was Mr. Beast is known for his basic claim to fame is, I've got more YouTube subscribers than anyone else in the world. That's his that is his claim to fame. And so it's kind of like he can't lose that, or what's he going to say? I used to be the most subscribed. Do you know what I mean? Like, there must be a lot of people trying to get that position. And I mean, I doubt, if you look at how many views his videos gets, and it's like 20 million. And I'm like, really? That many people really watch this stuff? Because I find it absolutely diabolically bad. It's just so annoying and frantic, and like, I don't know, it's like, oh, it's like having an electric shock. But
Well,
I mean,
this is the thing. I mean, I think it's exactly like I said on my last video, on our last video. Sorry, like I believe these people almost definitely started out as ordinary people. I believe that,
hmm,
but they're just as soon as they get a little bit of popularity, these big evil corporations, or I can't remember his name. The man you just mentioned, I can't remember his name. You just said they just, you know,
Hiltzy.
Hiltzy. That's it. They just take them up, and then
Yeah.
it's
Because
you know,
have you heard of sorry, I'm a bit of a YouTube, my knowledge in YouTube is high.
fair enough.
So, well, because it doesn't really matter what social media platform you go to, it's the same story circulating
Yeah,
everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Um, but yeah, so there's this guy called CoffeeZilla
Okay.
that he did a sort of expose of he has a lot of followers as well, subscribers on YouTube. He gets lots of views, but he did a expose of Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo project and Mr. Beast actually, and he's been sued by Logan Paul. Like
Mm.
it's really, tricky navigating through this thing of how these people are getting away with this stuff, because and that's why I really wanted to talk to you tonight as well about this subject of being a journalist, because we're seeing a real hardcore effort to literally shut down journalists at the moment. I feel like even the BBC, like I'm not a particular fan of the BBC in any shape or
Mm.
form, but I feel like we do need like frameworks, we do need structure to journalism. We can't allow people like him to take over because people don't like the BBC and there's a lot of corruption there and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I think Tommy Robinson is very like that as well, where they love to say negative things about the BBC, and the BBC are liars. They're not giving you the real news, as if these boots on the ground people are. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? I feel like we've been very much going in that direction for the last, I don't know, at least probably since COVID.
Well, what I've said to that is, and I've said this to a few people, I think I might have said it on our last stream as well, is, well, I did a degree in this. So I tried to do it the right way. Um, and I just don't, if you've got ethics and morals, it's impossible. The mainstream media is fundamentally compromised, unfortunately. It just is. Now,
It's true.
And now, what you just said about it's basically regulation. So the mainstream media, as awful as it is, you have Ofcom, which controls broadcasting, and Ipso, is it Ipso? Ipso, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there, which controls the written word. So
Right.
if a media organization puts out something which is a lie, they can get sanctioned by Ofcom or Ipso, and then whatever.
Yeah.
And there's regulators like Impress. Impress is a press regulator. There's other press regulators, which basically make sure you can't just make stuff up, right?
Yeah. And speaking of Ofcom, like, I think
Mm.
they sanctioned GB News.
Yeah, but the thing I was going to say there was, I don't put faith in that. I mean, I'd love this to be true. Like, if
I don't.
in my
I don't.
in an ideal world, I would have just worked for the BBC and everything would be fine. I'd be, the taxpayer would fund me and it'll be fine. But that's just not true. It's like these. I think Ofcom. I think it was Ofcom. I think it was revealed that the head of it now is ties to Israel. So it's just like, okay, the
There
Telegraph.
anyone that isn't?
The Telegraph. They recently had Alex Springer take over, and he explicitly said none of my journalists can criticize Israel's right to exist. He actually said that. People can Google that.
Really?
Yeah, Owen Jones talked about it. That's how I found out about it, and it's true.
I believe you.
So yeah, and even with these like press regulators, the issue is it always comes too late. So I was going to do a video about this. So I was going to do a video probably put out tomorrow, how the British media has like demonized Muslims specifically. And as an article, this is just one example of an article. Maybe you can get it up on the screen when you edit it or something. In 2015, the Sun put out an article saying 1 in 5 Muslims are sympathetic with jihadists, right? Something like that. Something as literal as
I
that.
probably won't be able to show the Sun because it's behind a paywall.
No, you should just get like, if you just Google search it, you don't need to get the actual article. Now that's
1 in 5.
1 in 5 Muslims jihadists, I think.
Okay, let me look.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can keep talking.
And so that just wasn't true, right? So eventually the press regulator came out and said that wasn't true. And but the problem with that is the damage was already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The problem with that is what these mainstream media organizations do, they put out that stuff. Okay, eventually the press regulator gets onto it, but the damage is already done. And a lot of the times is the punishments aren't enough. So often there's either no punishment, or the punishment is next week you have to put a little line in your newspaper saying sorry about that, we
Yeah.
misinformation, or there's fines. The problem is none of those things hurt these people like Murdoch, because Murdoch can just pay every fine. It doesn't matter. So where I'd push back, like, oh, the media's good because it's got regulation. The regulation doesn't work, and these tabloids just lie anyway, and just take the hit. The only good thing we do have in Britain and in the US as well, the thing which I'm glad we have. So for example, you mentioned like, oh, the problem is people get Tyler Oliveira happen because of the lack of faith in the mainstream media. The good thing we do have, and I'd recommend everyone use this law to your advantage because it is important, is we do have defamation and libel laws. So you can't just literally say whatever you want about someone.
Right.
If I said you go do your own research, you're a XYZ, you could and you should, if it's a lie, you can go to the court and get them like, no, that's defamation. So Joey Barton had that. This is a perfect example. Joey Barton has his political podcast. He's not a journalist. He's he's a domestic abuser. He's all sorts.
Is he?
Yeah, Joey Barton's awful.
I've not heard of him.
He's an ex-footballer, Joey Barton.
Oh.
You can have a Google. Yeah, he's ex-footballer, played for a few big clubs. Domestic abuse. What other crimes? He's assaulted like fellow players. Terrible human being.
Not a drug addict.
He probably is, to be honest. I mean, and his brother, Joey Barton's brother, killed Anthony Walker in Liverpool in a racist attack.
What?
Or his brother-in-law.
And he's got a podcast.
Yeah. It's called a Common Sense podcast.
You know what you just said about YouTube promoting Mr. Beast, yeah? Then you wouldn't know this because I know you're way too young. But back in the day, there was this guy, he was a big-time TV presenter, comedian called Michael Barrymore. He was massive in the 2000s or maybe the 90s. And he pretended to be straight, but he was gay. He was married to his manager was his wife. And there was an incident at his house one night, and a guy died in a swimming pool in his house. And basically, it was a police cover-up. The police did no investigation. He fled the scene. His manager, another guy, he wasn't with his wife then, they separated. Another guy came in and dealt with the police. And for years and years, it went on that they never found out how this guy died. They said it was a drowning, and it wasn't. He'd been assaulted. And then they tried to say, like, something had happened to him at the hospital, like, da-da-da-da. Anyway, the point being, obviously, his career went dark for a while because, he wouldn't speak. And he tried to have a comeback. And then I think he went on, like, Big Brother or something like that. And anyway, I'm a little bit, I take a little bit interest in these cases here and there because I like to hear about what the police are really, how the police do these cover-ups and where the mistakes have been made. But, Yeah, he has a YouTube channel now.
Michael Barrymore, is that his
Yeah,
name? Michael
and I'm like,
Barrymore.
how is this allowed? How is this allowed? Like, even if he didn't cause the death himself,
Hmm.
he 100% knows what happened. And the poor guy's dad, he tried to campaign his whole life to try and get the case reopened, to
Is
try
is
and
that
appeal.
him?
Uh,
Sorry, the camera's I'm not going to show that. Michael Barrymore. No, that's not.
yeah,
Yeah, the camera won't show it. Sorry.
well, I'm sure it's him.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I just saw him come up on YouTube the other day because I've watched a couple of videos about the crime. So this is what I hate about YouTube as well. It's like you'll watch a critique of someone and then it thinks you like them.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I just don't think that guy should be allowed to prosper on YouTube.
Well, even there's an even worse one. I think it's just me personally. Look at
Yeah,
the
there's probably a
podcast
lot.
with Sorry.
I said there's probably a lot, but that's just
Yeah.
what comes
There's,
to mind.
I think the worst example, me personally, because this is I believe this is the most listened to political podcast in Britain. The rest is politics with Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart. Alistair Campbell is a war criminal, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are we listening to this guy? But he's, millions of people do, and they
He mates with Epstein as well.
was yeah. I mean,
Well, I don't know, but they all seem to.
almost definitely, yeah.
Uh, it's funny because I actually met his daughter.
Alistair Campbell's daughter.
Yeah, I didn't know it was her. Like a few years ago, way before I had this channel, I think it was like 22. I went to a International Women's Day event, like a female empowerment event, and she did a comedy routine, and she was really funny. And me and my mate were talking to her afterwards, and she was like, "My name's Grace Campbell." And I started following her on social media, only to find out that's who her dad was. I was like, "Oh my god, no
Grace.
way!" Small world. But anyway,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, comedian, filmmaker, Hammer Apollo. I never knew that.
she is funny. She's like a feminist, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, she's not responsible for who her dad is, but
no, I know,
yeah.
and I think as well because I don't really do too much in the politics content watching, but I have a feeling her brother might be on Joe Politics or was on Joe
Oh,
Politics.
really.
Mm.
But this is the
Don't
thing.
quote
It's like
me, but
there's so many examples of this. So just go back to Joe Bart thing. So I didn't actually get to finish what I was saying there. Actually, I was going to turn my light on as well.
I was just going to I was just going to speak to the chat. The Dink Coin guy suing CoffeeZilla. Yes, Kayla, did you not know about this? Because Melissa Nathan and Jed Wallace are mentioned in the court documents of that lawsuit as well. They've been trying to withhold evidence, would you believe? So I've been sort of trying to follow it. And also, I was really hoping that CoffeeZilla was going to start talking about them being in the Epstein files, but he didn't because he was really into the Epstein files. BBC is pretty popular on some sites. Don't watch it personally. I mean, look, I know they get things wrong. I know they employ paedophiles and abusers. It's getting to the point where is there anyone on TV that isn't like that? But all I was trying to say is there is some opportunity for pushback, whereas if we just get rid of all of that structure and I mean, like we could focus on improving that is what I'm trying to say, but instead these people are circumnavigating that and making a landscape where there's literally no way of moderating them or
Well,
regulating. Do you
Well,
know what I mean?
but what I was going to say there, just about like, so say example Joe Barton, he called Jeremy Vine a bike nonce, and he called Eni Aluko, can't remember what it was. It's something like the Fred and Rose West of broadcasting. He basically defamed these two people, Jeremy Vine and Annie Luco.
Funny because Jeremy Vine's lined up in. I think he commented on Tyler Oliveira.
Did he? Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean, but the point is that he did go to court for defamation and he got found guilty. So there's not like the thing is that what people need to remember is the online space, at least in the UK, but I think US as well, it's not a complete Wild West. You can't, well, you can, but you can go to, there is laws. You can't
yeah,
just literally say, I mean, you don't get me wrong, you can spread misinformation, you can lie, you can spread hate, you can do that, which is bad, but you can't, I mean, I hope the government keep this in place. You know, if someone said about me, Ammon Baines is a whatever, I would and I could say, no, I'm going to get you, like, that is defamation. I can get them sued for that. So it's not a complete Wild West, is what I'm trying to say.
no, and
Which is good.
what was I going to say? Obviously, you know about Prince Harry was suing Murdoch Group, and
Okay.
I don't know because Piers Morgan was involved. So,
But
but
I guess
Piers Morgan is
yeah.
is really, I don't like him at all, but he is really like on the brink of this stuff because he kind of has some credentials saying because he's been a newspaper editor, but he pushes a lot of misinformation with the people that he invites onto his platforms, and he invites abusers on, you know. I'm sure Tommy Robinson has been on his platform many times, but Harry sued, I think Piers Morgan must have been the editor at the News of the World or something, but he was involved in this case and it got settled. And Piers Morgan come out and made a statement being like, because he hates Meghan Markle and Prince Harry because he he's like a royalist, so he can be really rude about them. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was really interesting because he's so arrogant, and yet really and truly, Piers Morgan very narrowly avoided jail time, because of the things that he's done.
But he hacked a dead girl's phone, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. A victim. He's a disgusting human being, but anyway.
But I guess what I'm saying is, but I mean, I agree with you. I was actually looking into this today, before he came out. I mean, and a few people said this to me. I've got a friend who said this exact thing to me. The thing is that I personally don't think the BBC can be reformed. I wish it could. I really do wish it could. I just don't think it's possible. So I do support independent media. For me, what needs to happen is so for example, years and years ago, Finland, they had in schools like mandatory classes where they were teaching children how to spot misinformation and how to like read the media. I think that's what needs to happen now. So
Yeah.
we need to educate people to, it's like, so for example, so Declassified UK is who I'm doing whistleblowing with, right? They are independent media, and I went to their conference and I met a few people at Declassified UK. I do trust Declassified UK. Now they rely solely on donations, right?
Yeah.
And they are regulated by Impress, I believe, is a regulator.
Right.
So those are the things I'd recommend people go to independent media, which is regulated and donor funded. The problem for me is I know personally in myself, I know it's spreading misinformation. I take what I do seriously, but I'm not regulated at the moment, and I don't have an official job in journalism. Everything I've done is freelance. So it would be, I'm trying to get a job in journalism if I could, or I'm seeing what I can do in comms, but at the moment I don't, and I know myself I'm good. So these good people exist. I mean, you're an example as well. I mean, you're not regulated and you're not.
But I just, like you said, I'm trying to spread awareness of how this content creation business industry is really what's really going down in it, because to me it's the scamming. It's not just the disinformation, it's the people that are involved in putting out the disinformation are actual scammers and con artists. And the audience people that you're trying to tell them, like, this person is dishonest. This person has been accused of assault multiple times. This person is not a good person. This person is taking your money and not giving you anything back. They will come into the comments and be like, you're just jealous.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like, I'm just going to carry on being myself and, trying to because I can already tell you, I was gonna do like maybe what I've learned in YouTube in 2 years. Like the first video I made, and I called out this guy, and I said this guy was trying to operate a troll farm, genuinely. Like had a substance abuse problem, was supposedly in recovery. He infiltrated a very small little community we had, and I sussed him out pretty much straight away. And then he basically, him and his girlfriend were trolls. Yeah. And he's come onto one of my videos and made stupid comments, right? But everything I said about him was 100% factual and accurate. And not only that, but what I said, he's now, because I looked the other day, he now has an account on X, on Twitter. He's now saying he's a victim, that he got conned by these people. And I'm like, I tried to tell you, but you tried to troll me.
Which video is this? I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, it's my first ever video about that surprise witness.
And my experience with that surprise witness in the film. Okay, all right.
And then part 2 was the curious case of Bam Margera. So we found out they were making an actual documentary about this whole thing. Honestly, it's the most bizarre thing that could ever happen to you. That's why I made my video, because I was like, I don't think people understand what's going on this platform. You think you're just watching videos, you think you're just talking to people, and the next thing, you've got absolute nutcases making mad videos about you, making posts about you, like every day going live, saying mad stuff about you. And it could literally happen to anyone.
Yeah, I've mentioned this just briefly on my own channels. I mean, it's not even just that. Like, I've had 2 threats of violence through my Instagram, just so people know, and both of them I think were possibly serious. One I had to report to the police.
Wow.
Because it was like an anonymous account. I was like, but nothing happened. But another one was like, it's like a few weeks ago, someone said to me, like, send me your address and I'll da-da-da-da-da. So yeah.
And then you've got Tyler Oliveira over here saying, I'm going to the country where free speech is banned. And that's what they're talking about. It's like the free speech rules, legal stuff, is people making actual abusive threats that you have evidence of. The police can prosecute that if you're constantly harassed and stalked by someone and they know their identity. I'm sorry, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I mean, I've got a bit of a different view on this. So I think that Britain does have a free speech problem, and we are authoritarian, but not on the people Tyler Oliveira's talking about. I'm talking about people on Palestine marches.
Right.
We're
going to get on to that.
There's a real case. I swear to God, anyone can look this up. I'm being 100% serious. Asa Winstanley, who originally uncovered our Cat plan, the thing I did, his house was literally raided by the Metropolitan Police. And this is a journalist. He's not he's quite combative online, let's put it that way, but he is a journalist fundamentally, right? His house got raided, right? So I don't see the right talking about that. So yeah, there's also the case of that there's an NHS doctor who's Palestinian. She's been raided by the police 5 times, I believe.
Yeah.
Her name's Dr. Rame something. I can't remember her surname. Dr. Rame something.
What's his name? Asa. How do you spell his name?
Asa Winstanley.
Oh, Asa. Sorry.
Yeah. ASA and then.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Winstanley. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, no, totally agree. And I do think that there are some channels on YouTube that are reporting the stuff you just talked about.
yeah.
There's one I know that I think's really good called Crispin Flintoff. He reports on all of this stuff. So
Yes, I
yeah,
think you mentioned him in the last video. I think,
yeah, I think I might have.
or it might be someone else, Mitch.
But let's get
That
back to
rings a bell.
Tyler because this is all
Yeah,
tied
sure,
in.
sure.
So I put in Tyler Oliveira UK and look how many videos we've got. We've got
Yeah.
England is on the brink of civil war. By the way, sorry, Kayla, I'm ignoring your comments at the moment. I'm just trying to get through everything. So here's his channel. He's got, what does that say?
9.43.
9.43. So he's a little bit way off Mr. Beast because how many Mr. Beast have got? 40 million or something? Or is it 10 million?
Okay, I'll look it up while you talk. I think it's something.
But I noticed that his latest video, so he's done
No, 490
most
million.
banned man in Britain, Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is not the most banned man in Britain. He's walking free. You saw what happened at his event the other day. Well, I made a little video about that. Speaking of Muslims, I just thought that was absolutely disgraceful. I don't even know how that is allowed. I had a little chat with my Muslim friend about it like a couple of days ago because she doesn't live here, but she's visited here loads of times. And we were just saying about couldn't imagine it getting like that bad, you know. So yeah, he committed an assault in August of last year, Tommy Robinson. I just double checked where he left some guy unconscious at St Pancras Station.
Yeah, I remember watching the video. You can see him literally.
Charges dismissed.
Yeah.
You know? So
I know.
Look, Tommy Robinson will not be charged. So these people saying that, you know, well, these people, Tyler Oliveira was saying he's the most banned man, and everything he says is BS. I mean, but it's I think it's genuinely disinformation because obviously misinformation is when you've got something wrong, but disinformation is when you're deliberately putting out a false flag.
Well,
look, England, where free speech is illegal.
Well, the thing is like
7 million.
So I'm going to apply for some roles in this kind of space, and if I ever do get something, I will tell you and tell everyone. So I'll be quite happy if that happens. But I follow this account called Big Brother Watch, and they basically report on free speech in the UK and stuff like that, and like police authoritarianism and the Online Safety Act and stuff like that. I personally think they do a really good job, so I'd recommend that to everybody. It's called Big Brother Watch. They're on YouTube, Instagram, you name it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. I just think they do a really good job. And if you want to see like actual, so they're a registered charity. They do real work on the police state in Britain, which is like fact based.
I mean, I would love to do more stuff with you. That's why I wanted to go live as well, because I feel like going live really helps to engage with different audience. And, you know, making videos is fine. But at the moment, it's so hot. I don't think I can make a video because my phone would probably like melt. But yeah, I think especially like because we come from such different kind of spaces, I think bringing our bits of information together is really a good idea. So it definitely helps to build up your audience. So, you know, I'm really happy to like work with you. And I was like really happy when you were like, do you want to do another video? I was like, yes. Okay, so look at this one. I expose scammers in London. attacked. 10 million views.
I know.
Right? And you were saying about what the free speech is really shutting down people that support Palestine. And obviously, there's been this whole thing of making Palestine Action into a terrorist organization, and anyone associated with it, whether they're old and disabled, which a lot of them are, and Jewish, are being arrested for like sitting down on the pavement with a sign. And they were literally arresting thousands of people for supporting Palestine Action. And like you said, that doctor, some of the journalists. But yeah, so I don't know if you remember me telling you, but I went to the Palestine March last October, the 600,000 people one. And at the end of it, and I tried to live stream it, and it was really bad quality. Like, it was not, it kept delaying and we're going fuzzy. But, I thought, well, it was my first time live streaming an event, and I thought I'd give it a try. So towards the end, I see this guy, kind of young guy. He had all the gear on, like a camera with a stand and like a mobile attached to the stand as well, and he was walking around a bit. So I just went up to him and I was like, "Oh, are you doing a live stream?" And he was just really aggressive. He was like, "What do you want to know for?" or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh no, I was just wondering because I've been trying to do a live stream and it's been really bad quality, and I was thinking maybe he might be able to help, like tell me some tips on how to do." Because I don't know if there's some equipment you can use when you're outside to like boost up your signal or something. I don't know what they do. But anyway, yeah, he was really like moody with me. And then when I was like kind of a bit more friendly and didn't really act moody back, he kind of chilled out a bit. And then he was like, "Well, I'm making a video." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So anyway, we sort of like exchanged YouTube channel details. And then when I got home, I looked at his channel. I only had one video on it. And it was about this exact subject, pickpockets. It was like, I'm doing an investigation into pickpockets in London. And I just knew as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is racist, because, they're literally trying to set up scenarios to make it look like they're being robbed or attacked. By putting a laptop out on the table or something. And this is exactly what he's doing in this video, where he's saying, "I exposed scammers."
I mean, I don't know if you saw Tommy Robinson did a video. He went to France, he went to Paris, and he stood outside. I think it will be on his channel still. He stood outside Paris station and he walked through and he was talking to this French, like, far right activist woman about, whatever, migrants, whatever, right? And he basically goes around the station and he tries to say, he's like recording himself and he's saying, basically it's a bunch of African people. He's basically saying, "Oh, look, he's Africans, da, 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 da." And he's trying to like get them, he's trying to like prove they're like scammers and stuff. And there's a really funny moment. He goes up to this man and he says, "Oh, what are you doing in this country?" stuff. And it turns out that man who was interviewing actually was a hero who saved people from a terrorist attack in Germany. So there's this really funny moment where he's trying to like portray his refugees as evil, and he accidentally finds this like national hero.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's very obvious that they staged these videos.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
And I mean, it's pretty dark. So this is the one that I was talking about, which is exposed scammers in London attacked. And he's made this in collaboration with another guy who's his bodyguard. And I mean, I just couldn't believe it. But let me see. Scammers! Get out of here! This, by the way, if anyone's not from London, is this is where the march was across this bridge. So this is like, you've got over here, this is the River Thames. This bit in the bottom, what is that, right? That is where the Houses of Parliament are. And over here, this is like all official buildings. That's where the London Eye is. You've got MI5 just up the road over there. You've got Scotland Yard is just over here on this side of the river. That's where, this is in Westminster. That's where they film this.
You! Cover! Get over here, fat boy!
That's me hunting a gang of scammers in London, England.
Pick up.
What's going on?
Where's she? Scammers, you. Yes, you.
But also, it's a complete tourist area, is what I'm trying to say. This is the hospital here where I had to take my daughter the other day, St. Thomas's Hospital.
That's a scammer giving me a taste of my own medicine. It all began 48 hours ago when I met up with London's #1 pickpocket hunter, Diego, aka Pickpocket London.
No coming here stealing people, yeah? Why you here stealing people, yeah? You here again stealing, motherfucker.
Because once they are covered by paint, by red paint, they don't have how to steal anymore.
And you brought me a gift.
Yeah, it's gold on the
The iconic red spray paint. This is criminal identifier?
I'm just going to find the bit I was watching earlier. I thought I had it ready, but I guess I didn't.
Here there was right there. So
So it was just, they were in the street and his bodyguard just starts beating these people up. And I was just like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know if this was a different one.
Dito, we have backup. Look!
Yeah, no, this.
Our knights in shining armor. Look who arrived. Big buckets! They show their love for one another despite all the challenges. It is a modern-day Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
What? ¿Qué es tu problema? No more stealing. You. No more stealing. Get out of here. Don't do it. Just wait for the police. Oh.
yeah. That's insane.
Hey, stop. Get off the porch.
The version I watched earlier, they literally had all the punches being thrown and everything. So this has been censored.
Yeah, stop! YouTube won't let me show you the chaos that happens next, so go subscribe to TylerRod.com for $5 a month to watch the uncensored version of this video, get early access to all of these videos, and watch both.
What a surprise, you have to pay. Was it on Reddit? Oh, wait. Yeah, here. It's on Reddit. You can actually watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a scumbag.
Man.
He's a complete scumbag.
Oh, don't do it. Oh, disgusting. She's
So
using trashes or
again,
weaponry. With the
this
police still
is
nowhere in sight.
area
When
that
Fred hopped on a bike to
happens
regroup with
which
me
is
after
like
realizing I was with the two.
high-end department store. Like, these are not areas where you can get away with this kind of stuff and no one's going to say anything.
Pickpockets.
I sent,
Like Oxford Street, yeah, they have CCTV watching Oxford Street 24/7.
What did she throw? A Red Bull? Come on, I love Red Bull. This is the modern day Romeo and Juliet. Pickpockets!
what can he say? Ah, he keeps doing a little pump fake.
¿Qué es tu problema, puta? Gordita and gordito. We have backup. Look. Our knights in shining armor. Look who arrived. Big buckets! They show their love for one another despite all the challenges. It is a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
What? ¿Qué es tu problema? No more stealing. Fuck you. No more stealing. Get out of here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just wait for the police. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, stop. Get off the Porsche. Yeah, stop.
Thank you, Kayla. Thank you.
Guys, calm down. Wait for the police. Stop, Fred. Restraint, Fred.
Yeah, and I mean, did he get arrested
Wait
for
for the
this?
police!
Is he in jail in
Wait,
Britain
guys.
now? No.
Right?
Wait for the police. Stop, Fred. Stop. Restraint. Fred, stop.
I was looking at it thinking, this cannot be real. Like,
Well, what did he comment say? Just out of interest, just on the little Reddit thing. I know we're not.
I know we're not effing censoring attack now. It's a bot that's karma farming. Look at the name. This is the world we live in now. I've got to say, actually, Reddit comments are the worst.
Yeah, I don't use Reddit.
Some of the people on there, but they live in another world, and this is even communities that I'm like in support of. This is the world we live in now, where everyone is afraid of offending someone else. No, it's ad companies. I don't know what they're talking about. Everyone is so aggressive. Who? He obviously didn't know who he was. I mean, look, to me, it's obviously a setup. And then, like, saying that he's got attacked with the Clippers.
Wait for the police. Fred, stop! Fred! Jesus!
Fuck off now. I've got Clippers now. He's outside with the Clippers.
You know what, as well, actually, speaking of this, I don't know if you heard about the other day, like this girl rammed into someone outside a club. That was literally just, you see where he just was outside Liberty's, that was there. That was like about a month ago. I mean, obviously it was like 3 a.m, but she run over a passerby as well who tried to intervene, and it looks like there's someone trying to intervene here.
Stab you.
Yeah, stab with the Clippers, bro.
All right, just stand back. Just wait. Let him go. The police are nowhere to be found. You got stabbed?
Yeah.
You legit got stabbed?
Leave the Clippers.
Let him go, man.
Wow, that was very violent. She got her clippers out and started stabbing Fred. And
I saw that and I was like, do you know what? That was self-defense.
But my other thing with this, so does he actually have evidence they're scammers? Or is he...
No, I'm sure he doesn't, because, okay, so I was just wanted to show how many he's made in the UK, because obviously it's such a huge topic and like there has been deep dives into him already. But I saw the one where he went to Jamaica. He went to Jamaica and he did exactly the same thing there. He tried to pretend like Jamaica was super rough, and there was this guy that he said was trying to mug him, and it was just so obvious that, you know, when they go and do these things, they have a production crew that sets it all up. Like, I've just showed you who his manager is. Do you know what I mean? This is a big league. He's not going over there with a cameraman and trying to do everything himself. It's all arranged for him. He'll have a call sheet. They'll have a local person that will like take them around everywhere. And this is why I'm thinking there's something very political about all of this UK content. Like, I'm really thinking that's what's going on here.
Well, the other thing I think, and this just seems to not exist anymore, the whole thing of like recording people in public. So I never record people in public. I never, whether it's legal or not, I just won't do it because I think I wouldn't want someone to do it to me. He's going around, yeah, like Tyler Oliveira's going around like London, Milan. He's recording with people. He's not got all their consent. There's no way he's got their consent.
Right. Well,
so
that's what I'm saying. So it has to be set up. And I know for a fact. So this is what I'm getting to. Because I know my daughter says it to me. She's like, Mum, can you just land the plane? Like, you take so long to make your point. But this was the video I saw ages ago, which was called I Investigated London's Knife Stabbing Epidemic. Yeah. So this, I think, again, is 100% set up and fake. He doesn't do any investigating, but he goes and meets that guy that he was just showing. his name's Melvin or Marvin. But so have you heard of this guy, Sean Atwood?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're like part of this little kind of clique on YouTube where they're like ex-criminals or people that have
Yeah,
come out of
I've seen
prison.
that guy. It's
Him.
Marvin Harrison or something.
Yes, him. It's him. And
Yeah.
it's like this is completely orchestrated and set up to give that guy an opportunity to promote his channel. Look. And I mean,
I'm there throwing wet tissue at him, and I'm thinking, what?
Thumbnails,
Reality of the road is
thumbnails are so suggestive and you know, like inflammatory. By the way, did you see you got a comment? I'm glad.
Yeah, I did. I said thank you very much, Kate.
Because I'm ignoring her. Didn't Tommy Robinson defame and harass a Muslim kid? Probably. I mean,
He did.
I'm
Yeah,
not that up on him, but you are, aren't you?
he's a Syrian schoolboy. He defamed him.
Right.
But I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, Vera's a fan of Nick Fuentes. Yeah, I mean, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, I would encourage people, and you know, if this ever happens to me, I will use the law to my advantage. You know, thank God in the UK, as much as I do not like our court system and police, and I think we are too authoritarian, I do think that. The one thing I will say is good, though, is our defamation and libel laws. They are very good in relation to, you know, you can't just say whatever you want, basically, which is good. And people like Joey Barton have been called out for it. Katie Hopkins, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this? Katie Hopkins?
I can't stand her.
So she...
Funnily enough, my deep dive into my live stream about Katie Price on Saturday, she's been done for defamation to her ex-partners, so she's an abuser.
well, Katie Hopkins, you might want to find a tweet if you want. You don't have to, but...
I can't. I literally cannot stand her. When I used to have X, I actually put her name in of words that I didn't want to show up in my feed.
Well, she recently, so she defamed Zara Sultana, MP,
right,
and she had to put a statement out on Twitter saying, I mean, it would be worth you getting a statement. Type in Katie Hopkins, Zara Sultana, and it should come up on Google Images or Twitter, whatever.
She was forced to issue a formal, legally mandated public apology to independent MP Zara Sultana. This followed a defamation claim over false statements Hopkins posted on X. Honestly, I just think X. It's just I don't see what purpose it serves other than trolling. And you know what else I was going to say is about you getting a horrible message on Instagram. This is why some people say to me, well, why don't you do an Instagram or a TikTok to promote your channel? And I'm like, because I would rather safeguard myself against that kind of, like, people cannot send me a DM. There's no way to DM me. I've had a couple of people like say, can I send you an email? And I'm so cagey about it because I'm like very paranoid after this experience I had in that YouTubers community. You know, this is what I'm trying to warn people about. Like,
well, look, I mean, I do it, but I wouldn't recommend it to people. I can tell you truthfully, I've got the screenshots in case I ever do need it, in case anything ever happens to me. This is also why I try and, so I use my real name and real face. So those are real, but I deliberately don't say where I live.
No.
But yeah, I've had how many have I had? I had one. A Tommy Robinson fan DM me saying he's going to investigate me, whatever that means. I had a threat of violence, a real threat of violence. Someone said, "Come send me your address, I'll come find you." This is a few months ago. Then a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, again, this video about Tommy Robinson. I got a DM saying, "Send me your address, I'll come beat you up," type thing. And I'd say probably once a week, probably more than that once a week, I'd say I get just random racist abuse.
No way.
Yeah, which is so it's.
So you think this is all coming from people that support Tommy Robinson?
I mean, not exclusively, but there's obviously a link. But a lot of it's just ordinary people. I mean, I got one DM. I think I deleted it from my phone, unfortunately. But maybe I didn't. I can't remember. There was a guy whose his Instagram profile was his real name, and he was a man. He had a baby in a profile picture like that, and he sent me like very overt racial abuse. Like really, I'm not going to say on stream because it'd be too extreme to say. That guy has a baby, and he's it's like, yeah, it's pretty insane. So it's not for the faint-hearted. The reason I do it is just because I am passionate about what I do and I want to make a difference and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. I have to tell you, it's not something I'd recommend to anyone unless you've got very, very thick skin.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why. I mean, I just think. Like TikTok as well, I never accepted DMs when I used to use it for my own stuff because I feel like when I have my I do still have a personal Instagram account, but I was always getting harassed in the DMs. Like I think the whole thing with DMs is how these very unpleasant people use these platforms to harass and bully people, and the harder you make it for them to be able to contact you, the harder it is for them to do that. So I just think it's worth bearing in mind. I've said it to other people as well. It's like you can think about promoting yourself, but then it's like, is it worth it? Where you can use platforms like YouTube where people can't do that. I mean, occasionally I get stupid comments, but it doesn't do anything to me because, some of the stuff you're talking about, I don't think they'd be able to say that on YouTube. It would be automatically moderated, so they know it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? And then they're calling that freedom of speech as being what's it?
Well, I'm going to try and like restart my. So I'm trying to post all my TikTok, Instagram stuff on my YouTube now. But the problem is I restarted because I wanted to. Yeah, Instagram seems they've taken in refugees from the Great 4chan version. Yeah, but I would say, I mean, on the other hand, on the other side of it, so even X, I still use X. What I would say is I've got contacts now. Well, contacts a bit. I know people. I've met them, or I've emailed them, or they text me, whatever. With some people I think legit. So that No Justice MTG, for example.
Yeah.
John McAvoy had stuff with Asa Winstanley, kind of. Loki, I met Loki personally.
I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, I met him. Did I tell you this?
Yes, I saw you had a picture with him, and you were wearing the T-shirt last time we did our. Well, you'll have to say, like, do you think he would come on and do an interview
with
us?
No, he's too big. Sorry. I hope so, but he's too big. But he wouldn't be, because he's very humble. So he said to me, I said to him, yeah, I was very like fanny about whatever the word, like fanboy, fangirl. Really. Yeah, fanboy.
Not fanny.
Yeah, I know. I realised I said it wrong there. Don't clip that. I basically said, yeah, like honestly, I really respect you, my hero and stuff, and I really want to be like you. And he's like, oh no, he was so humble. He's like, oh no, I'm nobody,
Yeah.
So yeah, I really respect him. But anyway, the point of that was
I really respect how much knowledge he retains in his head, and he's able to give out so much factual information, because I just get everything confused and I forget people's names and I say the wrong year sometimes, and I'm like, oh, how are some people so articulate and some people are
no, but it's like, but you do a lot of good work as well. I mean, I've still watched some of your YouTube channel, so I wouldn't discredit yourself. I think you do really good work as well.
I'm trying, but I know I could speak better. I'm really, really trying.
Well, what the only thing I'd say for you, just recommendation to you, is I'd look into clipping up your stuff more and put it into shorts, because people are more likely to watch a minute video and then go to the long thing rather than the other way around. But that's
Yeah,
like
I know. I know you're right. They do give you an offer to do like AI clips, but they haven't been great.
So
But
what
it's
I did
definitely
with
something I've got in mind.
our last video, I just watched it and I did like the screen record and then clip just the bits I liked.
Yeah.
You saw the thing, so I saw you like it on my TikTok.
Yeah, I thought you
The
did a
Tommy
really
Robinson thing.
good job.
So yeah, that's what I plan to do. I hope I can throw some followers your way. But anyway, just to finish what I was saying there, I mean, the reason I still use X and Instagram is because these people who I respect use it. That's the only reason I use them, use these platforms. And I mean, for all the negative stuff, I have met very good people for social media. So I've met yourself, obviously. I met No Justice MTG, also known as Helena, and even just like random people. Like there's this guy called Reading with Raj on TikTok. He's a doctor and he does like videos where he's like he reads books and like review it. So for all the bad social media is, and it is bad, there's also a positive side as well. I've met a lot of nice people.
I don't think it's bad. I think bad people are being facilitated on there. They're being encouraged.
Yeah.
Like that guy that sent you the message with the baby. He's not going to do that out in the open.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because you get arrested, yeah.
Well, exactly. It's illegal.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like crying, going, "Oh my God, free speech, free speech." It's just ridiculous. Like, this is why I don't like watching those Tommy Robinson videos and stuff, because I feel like it's a sort of get together of those kind of people. Like they've made it acceptable for themselves to congregate, and their hate is just something that they have internally, and they don't really understand where it's come from, because they've probably never done any like self-awareness or self-investigation, but they listen to the likes of Tommy Robinson. Because in fact, I actually watched a video earlier when I was researching this where someone says, if it wasn't for Tommy Robinson, we wouldn't know anything. And I'm like, how could you be taking your information from him?
I get a lot of comments like that.
Anyway, let me show you this, because I just want to link back to what I was going to say about the Sean Atwood, because Sean Atwood,
a Premier League footballer, I need to eat a lot. Train.
A former financial scammer. He went to prison for financial fraud crime.
Okay.
And selling pills. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if he was in prison for the fraud, but he certainly, because he was lived in America and he got done. So he was definitely,
it says arrested in 2002 for ecstasy trafficking.
Right. Apparently. I mean, this is the thing. I'm not sure whether he put that out, because what he's done is he spent his time in prison. And that's why I look at these people, because there's this other one, JLR, Jonathan Lee Richards, who does this very similar kind of content to Tyler Oliveira, only he's not as sophisticated because he's just doing it himself on a phone. He doesn't have like the slick production and the editors. But he has a very similar background where he went to prison for financial fraud, and then he started writing all these fantasies about himself. And that's what Sean Atwood did. He started writing books and he started creating this like fantasy image of himself as this hardened drug dealing prisoner. So when he says he got done for pills, I'm not sure which one he actually went to prison for. But he came out of prison and started going around schools doing talks about how to reform. Meanwhile, he's going on this program called Banged Up Abroad, and he started talking about how he had the mafia protecting him in prison. And then how I heard about him, because I saw him during the P. Diddy trial, and he was making content about P. Diddy. And I thought, I'm going to make a video about this. And then I saw this guy, Marvin, who's in Tyler Oliveira's video, about investigating London knife stabbing epidemic had called Sean Atwood out because basically there'd been this incident where he'd got a girl on and he was saying she was escaped from sex trafficking and they were trying to like fundraise for her, and he was trying to set her up as a YouTuber, only it turned out he was in a relationship with her and he put out some really pervy video where he was like cosplaying with her, and it was called and that Marvin guy was like calling him out about it, and they were in a like sort of a confrontation on one of these like ex-crime community channels, and there's like a whole load of them. So I'm sort of feeling like these people are very much working together, like they're part of a network, like
as in like fake drama to generate
right. So let's have a quick look at this.
Just while you find that, I mean, with that specific Marvin, because I don't really watch his true crime
Marvin
stuff. Herbert, sorry. I only watch true crime stuff, but I know there's James English does a podcast. He's had Tony Robinson on quite a few times.
You can tell. This is the thing. You can tell by what guests they've had on. I can just see he's had this guy, another one who says he was Michael Jackson's bodyguard. There's so many of them, and every single one of them has a history of financial fraud and scamming people and beating up their girlfriends. It's just unbelievable.
But it's like there's also the Liam Tuff's podcast as well, which is terrible. I really don't like that guy. I think he's the worst offender because he brings on like actual Nazis, and they're like it's really dark, and he's friends with Tony Robinson now. But I was going to say with that Marvin guy, I actually originally quite liked him. I've not really looked at him since because I saw a video years and years ago where he spoke about it was on like Lad Bible or something like that. And I watched all of it, and it was a really fascinating video because he's talking about like his life in crime and what he did and how he's trying to make it better for people. So I don't know what he's up to now, but I can say that original video which I watched was really interesting because he was a gangster. He was an awful human being. But he did seem sincere that he wanted to reform.
This is the problem, though. He comes across like that in this video, but then you're like, I don't know. It's really difficult to say because how people come across on camera compared to how they are in real life, we just don't know. And then the people that try and speak out about it, like we were just saying earlier, they get trolled, they get shut down, they get scared off. They get silenced, so you can never find out what the person's really like. But anyway, let's have a little look at this.
Is in public without good purpose and is punishable up to 4 years in prison. As of 2022, 40% of all homicides in England and Wales was done using a sharp instrument like a knife or a broken bottle. And knife crime is up 76% over the last 10 years. Knives have become the primary boogeyman for politicians to point the blame at.
They say a man drove into a house and then began stabbing people with a sword.
It is a really serious issue, by the way. Like a few years ago, my daughter's boyfriend was involved in an incident, not a stabbing, but he was in a coma in a hospital. And we went in there and there were so many boys in there. This was like 2023, I think. There were so many boys in there that had been stabbed, and there were so many police walking around. Because the police have to go there to investigate. Do you know what I mean? So like some of these people are unconscious or they're not able to speak. And it really hit me like just how many of these incidents are going on. But, you know, I just think that making it into this kind of content is just kind of humanizing it as an actual real.
I mean, it is a problem, but I did a video about this a few months ago, and this is a rare case where the mainstream media have done a good job. There's an investigation by a guy called Fraser Nelson I believe it's for the Times. And what they found was, contrary to the narrative in the media, so contrary to what Ty Oliveira said, actually knife crime's actually gone down over the last few years. I think it's at its lowest level since like 2010, something like that. So it's actually getting better. But if you read the
But
media,
is it getting better for older people? Because honestly, I was really shocked how many young boys were in hospital from being stabbed that weekend. I've been in hospital a few times.
Fair enough. Yeah, that could be true. I mean, I'm not going to deny it's a problem. Yeah, I guess I'm just making a point that
he's making it look like it's kind of like a gangster movie. I don't know what he's doing, but that's all I'm trying to say. Like, it is a very real problem, and he's making it into something else.
Well, he's not.
I think I've been stabbed and cut about 24 times. I've been shot 5 times, and I've been hit with an axe.
I feel like it's not safe around here anymore.
That was Marvin.
Yeah.
By the way, these stories about it's not safe in London, I see these videos every day. And the one about the UK is about to break into civil war. What do you think, as someone that lives in the UK? Are we about to have civil war here?
No.
Right?
I don't think so.
I wish people would be more like, people should be more like doing something proactive about important things. But anyway,
anything can happen in seconds. They're selling online for £15. Whole big katana, about longer than your whole leg.
I've got scars all over my arm, my leg, stabbed in my face.
Through where the bullet went through.
Look, I don't know how you're live, by the way.
So I just get charged if that's
straight in my teeth in as
I was get charged for my laptop. 1 sec. Hello. Can you hear me?
Whoa.
Yeah,
this is crazy. And
Right,
as of January 2024, new laws passed making the purchase of zombie blades illegal. But is knife crime as bad as the media paints it out to be? Are people afraid of getting stabbed while walking the streets of London? And will banning the purchase of knives stop people from stabbing each other?
see, this is what he's not saying. They are trying to say that that everyone should be afraid that they're going to be attacked. But what these stabbings are going on amongst peer groups. They're going on amongst young teenagers, young boys that like live in a different block to them or a different area. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to make out like it's something we should all be scared of, whereas in actual fact it's a much more like niche problem. And a lot of it has to do with drug taking as well, which is another thing they don't say. Because that's the honest truth about what happened with the guy that my daughter was with. That was because of people being on drugs. Where was I?
Pulled up to Camden, a borough in central London, to find out.
It's not the knife's fault. It depends who's got them. But I wouldn't say I'm not into banning anything, really. I'm into regulation.
Okay. Like zombie blades or just like all the knives?
Pretty much everything.
All of them? You think knives should be banned? Oh, absolutely. Yeah? Like all of them? Or just like the big zombie knives? Any?
Anyone that carries knives in the streets are cowards.
I think if you was to sit there and say, no, I don't think they should be banned, something's wrong.
Something's wrong with you? Yeah?
Yeah, you shouldn't need to walk around with a knife.
What do you cut your bread with?
A knife, obviously. Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
That's my dilemma, yeah. What would happen? Would people start cutting their food with like plastic knives? Forks? Okay, interesting. What about like a steak?
You have to use a knife, but you can use a little
It's just a stupid... It's like, oh, should we ban knives? And I'm not being funny here, but you might think I go a bit deep with this stuff. But you know how...
But by the way, just so you know,
owning a gun illegal in America, I just kind of feel like there's a little bit of that going on.
By the way, just when you screenshot there, it says talk in that Talk TV is Omar Rupert Murdoch, just so you know.
Oh, is this an advert for Talk? There's so many adverts. I just wanted to show a clip of Marvin. Oh, there he is.
And I got extradited from Spain to England to stand trial. Whilst I was on trial, and one of the people that used to work for me ran a bill up. We used to give people drugs and everything to sell. And this one kid ran a bill up that was exponential. and he needed to be taught a lesson. So I wanted to hurt him. When I went to hurt him, I kind of found out he was my son's best mate or one of my son's closest friends. And I realised the ripple effect of the actions I was committing was just harming kids. It's got to stop. And that was that in 2014, I decided not to engage in criminal activities where young people are risking their life, their liberties and their futures on a product that ain't going to get them anywhere. And then basically I've had to go through a transition of losing all my money, all my assets, all the bits and pieces that I accumulated in that world. I had to let it go to start my journey fresh so I can demonstrate by example on how to change your life.
I see a scar across your face.
Yeah.
Is that a prosthetic eye?
Yeah.
Did you get shot in the eye?
Yeah, I got shot point blank range. I got shot in my leg. It went down my peak.
Oh my God, he just took his eye out.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
I was going to say, do you know who else this reminds me of as well? Yeah, have you heard of that guy Traplaw Ross?
No,
He's just a bit of a cultural appropriator. Like, he's done loads of content about like rappers that are in gang life, and I've noticed that he's starting moving more into like political content now. But yeah,
Innocent shot my right testicle out. I got shot in my arm. It bounced off the floor, went through my hip, and exited my 7 and 8 lower vertebrae. And then basically he finished up with a headshot here. You put your finger on there, look.
Yeah.
No, that finger, look.
Yeah.
Where the bullet went through.
Oh, shit.
Look, it stopped.
I don't know how you're live, by the way.
It stopped halfway through, look. So
Are you live right now, Mark?
I don't know.
What were you doing back then?
Everything. How we doing?
How you doing, man?
I don't think these people really know who he is. They're just like... But this is in Camden.
You gonna sing? Come on. Yeah. Marvin Herbert.
A legend.
Yeah, but tell them his name.
How are we getting on?
It seemed like Marvin's criminal past had made him a legend in the community.
Imagine never brushing your retainer
Oh my
again.
God.
Just water and the touch of a button. Outdated cleaning methods.
Okay. I don't want to show too much anyway, because we're going to go on all night. But you get the idea. So the reason why I was going to say about that is because another video that I think he's very well known for was so he started this thing about the Minnesota childcare fraud scheme going on with like
Yeah, the Somalian daycare.
yeah, and I don't think I was going to show that.
We were just,
And then that was what led to like the ICE, because Trump like started using that as an excuse to like unleash the ICE in Minnesota. That was kind of what kicked it all off.
Well, I was going to just say, just to go back, because you mentioned on your email when you said about one things you wanted to talk about stuff. So Zach Polanski wants, or the Green Party, they want to decriminalize drugs. What are your opinions on that, based on what your?
I don't trust Zach Polanski.
But I'm talking about specific. Forget who's saying it. I'm talking about the specifics of decriminalization of drugs.
I mean, I'm not a massive fan of drugs. I don't know. I just feel like I think we could really have we could do another live stream about drugs. I would absolutely love to, because I saw your TikTok where you said you've never taken drugs. And I'm like, yeah, respect. But I've taken drugs, and I know a lot of people that have. I know people that have ruined their lives because of drugs. I know people that have sold drugs. So I know quite a bit about it. I am very against drugs. I do not like to be around people on drugs. But what I do think is that drugs and the pharmaceutical businesses are very much interlinked. Do you know what I mean? Like, they kind of create that, like, they're okay with you being dependent on pharmaceutical drugs, but then when people either can't afford them or they're not allowed them because the doctors are like, well, you can't take them anymore, they're addictive, they'll go and look for, you know, like illegal drugs. So I just feel like so much money is spent on policing small time dealing, and they're really like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a waste of resources. In a way, I'm like, it's been so long, decades, you know, we've had like heroin, crack, now it's ketamine, and what's the other one? Fentanyl. Is it fentanyl? Yeah, and it's like, it's just the same problem, the same issue, just not getting resolved. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, I suppose
I don't know whether it's decriminalizing it, but it's supply and demand. Like, obviously, so many people want to seek out pain relief, and I'm like, that's what the problem is. Like, do you know what I mean? It's, I don't know. I don't think it's as simple as just decriminalizing.
Well, I suppose my argument would be is, and I said this in my video, is people.
I mean, is he saying all drugs or just some?
Yeah, so if you Google it, it kind of doesn't really make sense. So some media report all of them. Some say some. They're not actually they've not been very clear, the Green Party themselves. I think officially it's all drugs, but I mean, you can Google it yourself. It's kind of a bit of a mess. But I suppose my point.
I'd love to do an episode on it, seriously, because I think it's another really important issue, and it's so related to mental health. And a lot of people that have been assaulted or abused as children will end up with a drugs problem.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a common theme.
Yeah.
But then again, there's people that haven't had that still have a drugs problem. So it's not to say everyone that has and everyone that isn't. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think it's a really fascinating subject because I have personal experience of it. I just find that the people that do have drugs problems are just the worst people. The fact that they will not try and get off the drugs, you know, and then that makes them abuse people. It makes them commit crime, and it makes them have an excuse for their behavior because they're like, well, it's not me, it's the drugs. And it's like, well, it is you. It is still you. Do you know what I mean? But then, like I said, like, so I watch a lot of 24 Hours in Police Custody. Like, I love that program. Every time there's a new episode, I will watch it. And I noticed that it's always about drug dealing. And it tends to be like disabled people, vulnerable people, people with nothing are the ones dealing the drugs, and they're the ones that they are catching. And I just feel like there's some, I don't know, it just feels very like hopeless watching that kind of, which is basically going on. And they're like, oh, the police are doing an investigation, and they're like, they put so much time and effort into it. And I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, you're just locking one person up, there'll be someone else selling it tomorrow.
Well, I suppose,
do you know what I'm saying?
The point of my video was, you know, people take drugs anyway, and it's already illegal. So I don't really see how, because the Labour Party put out a video basically saying, oh, look at Polanski, he's going to get people, you know, people are going to take heroin because of him and stuff. But my thing is like, well, people do it anyway. It's already illegal. So decriminalizing it will not make more people take drugs. That's not going to happen.
Yes, I agree with that.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I was saying. It's just like,
I know it's the hypocrisy of it as well, because it's like rich people do more drugs than anyone, but it's the poor people that get penalized. The poor people, the disabled people, the people that are in pain. Rich people are in pain as well, but they get away with it, you know?
right.
That's my issue with it. It's like, when are we going to start thinking about why are these people in pain, and maybe we could actually have a better life without drugs? Like, I know, you know, people, there's like rehab but none of those things really work. Really, you know, if you're just living a life and you're just like, you can't be happy about your life, then I don't know. I just see some people just don't seem to be able to stop taking drugs. And so there'll always be someone, and they'll be going after it. They'll be looking for it. They'll be going online, and you can get it online now as well. Like, you can get it on social media. You know, it's never been easier to get drugs. But I was just going to like quickly look at the comments. My freeze peach, what? I don't know what that means. At least YouTube displaced the wackos and forced them to Rumble. That is true. Yes, I remember Rumble. So I think, wasn't Sean Atwood on another? He went over to another platform. I'm not sure it was Rumble, but it was something similar, and that's how this whole thing blew up, because he put out this inappropriate content, and the owner of the platform, who was obviously paying him to endorse it, called him a liar and everything, and said what he'd done was wrong. And that's how it turned into a big thing. They were already looking for reasons to go after the Somalis in Minnesota before Shirley. There was already conspiracy theories about Somalis before the 2024 election. Right. So also there was the eating cats thing as well. He did. As well.
Yeah,
blatantly racist from Trump. So a lot of these things are connected to Trump's policies, because I believe that when I looked at that Minnesota thing, JD Vance used it as their justification, you know? And it's like, this was a fake investigation by a pretend journalistic report. And meanwhile, journalists that are really reporting, I know you're saying the mainstream media is corrupt, and I agree with you, but Trump was trying to do a smear campaign against the BBC. The president of Israel is suing the New York Times. Like, they're not going to sue this guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that Minnesota government changed their flag to look like Somalia. They're probably different, and the new flag was from contest winners. Hospitals use fentanyl. I know. That's what they used to put you into an induced coma. I couldn't believe it when we was at the hospital and they told us that was what they used to put him unconscious. And also, I think fentanyl comes from China, whereas heroin comes from Afghanistan more, and like different countries. Like, it's just interesting when you think about, again, propaganda, these different wars that have gone on, war zones, etc. Right, I just quickly wanted to say that was Marvin. So going back to this British kind of crime ex-criminal community, right? I just want to make sure there was what else I was gonna.
Yeah, just saying, I need to go in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. Don't worry. But,
and did you want to do a video? Because you spent most of that time. Do you want to do a video about the new things I found about my story as a little update? We could do it
Yeah,
another day.
anything. I'm up for doing anything, honestly. I really just want to keep going live, keep doing videos.
Because I had quite a lot of like a few things have happened since before. One thing, like people come forward to me and I found out more information.
Yeah, that would be great. And we could talk a bit more about that Josh Tenner guy as well.
Yeah.
So this was the Jamaican one. You know, when I said he went to Jamaica, I investigated the murder capital of the world, and this was all completely fake. He obviously got some guy to act like he was going to mug him. It's just very disrespectful as well. But it's evidently this content is targeted against minorities.
Yeah, all of it.
And they don't have, this is the thing as well, you're talking about like the defamation and the taking legal action. These are the people that cannot take any legal action.
Because they don't have access or time or money.
Anything, resources, money, even
knowledge, even.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to quickly show this video, which was, I'm not going to show the video, it's just a screenshot from a video that I made about, and this is my follow-up Sean Atwood video. Sean Atwood, so Ron is this guy that works for him. I'm not sure if he's still working for him because they had a big falling out 11 months ago. So I saw this drama was going on and I thought, oh, let me just see what this is about. So then I saw this guy, Ron, who was basically like, he was complaining, saying, I'm doing all these live streams till 2 in the morning and I'm working on Christmas Day and Sean Atwood's not even paying me. But then he started coming up with this stuff about Black supremacists.
Okay, I have no idea what it's referring to.
I know, right? Because they were genuinely trying to say that there was racism against white people. And
him, a white man.
Wait, let me just turn the volume off. So he uses Tyler Oliveira's video as a reference where he just goes to this town and says there's black people that are racist against white people here and does interviews with them. And I mean, this is just complete and utter bullshit. But then you've got like other channels using these ideas.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
it bigger. And I'm like, how can, I don't know. It's like, yeah.
It's difficult because I would, the thing is that you never want to, you want to have regulation, but you don't want to give the government too much power. So like the Online Safety Act is coming in Britain, some of those, this is government overreach. So it's a rock and a hard place because I wouldn't actually want Tyler Oliveira to be banned. I wouldn't actually want that because I think that's an assault on free speech and journalism. But my issue would be there needs to be regulation. So I wouldn't support bans, definitely not. But I would support regulation. That's how I'd frame it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, there's just got to be more balance, you know? Like, I just think it's like where someone tries to say this is disinformation, and this is okay. So I know you have to go, so I'm going to skip on very quickly because I noticed that his latest video. Just leave it on that for a minute while I'm looking for it. Was he just said that he got thrown out of Israel?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so we've seen he's been over here. He's been working with Tommy Robinson, obviously, basically using the same talking points, propaganda points that Tommy Robinson uses, yeah, which is that our problems are caused by immigrants. Muslims should be freed from their hijabs, freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but so I was just listening recently because I do engage with the same kind of content as you, like independent journalists that really do research and know what they're talking about. And so Tommy Robinson is pretty much, oh, that's a very loud, I'd ban those motorbikes if I ever. Yeah, isn't Tommy Robinson pretty much sponsored by, I think he gave the guys a shout out the other day and he was like, this guy created me.
Yeah.
And it's someone that's
I'm trying to remember his name now.
Sponsoring pro-Israel.
Yeah, so he's funded by Robert Shillman.
That's it.
There's also another guy, I believe it's Ezra Levant. I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
I
mean, we know he's been working with Israel for ages anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's pictured on the IDF tank.
Yeah.
He's literally, so, and he was invited to Israel a few months ago by Israel's diaspora minister.
Right.
So yeah, he's an Israeli asset, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so quickly, right, it's going to be a few more minutes and then, right, so I was going back to Tyler Oliveira's Wikipedia, yeah? So it said, this must be a new edition, a new edit, because it said, news organizations and civil rights advocacy groups such as the Anti-Defamation League and the Forward have argued that Oliveira's content is disinformation and accused him of spreading anti-Semitic stereotypes. He's been described by the Jewish Telegraphic Agency as right-wing YouTube provocateur. So I'm like, really? And then if you see, so you know the Anti-Defamation League are like an organization that says if you say anything against what Israel's doing, it's anti-Semitic, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's very, very often it's actually targeted at Jewish people. It's basically saying if you don't support what's going on, then you're being anti-Semitic. And like, you know, they have very extreme methods of bullying and harassing people, doxing people, getting them arrested. So I just find it very interesting that, and also they do a lot of victim playing, you know, like sure you've noticed in the last year that in the media they are putting a narrative out that anti-Semitism attacks are going up and it's becoming like a terrible thing. It's becoming an epidemic of violence against Jewish people, and it's literally been the last few months, like it's escalated. Do you know what I mean? There was like the ambulance station that was
the Golders Green.
Yeah, and then they said that 2 Jewish people were stabbed. So it turned out the guy that did that stabbing, like it had absolutely nothing to do with them being Jewish. It was just he was had mental issues.
Yeah, he was like a schizophrenic or something.
Saying like so many of our problems are down to mental ill health. I don't say health. And so yeah, it feels like there's very much false narratives going on about this rise in anti-Semitism, and people are really buying it. Like it's infiltrated into my LinkedIn feed. I'm just like, I can't believe that people are really believing this stuff. But yeah, so I just find it very interesting that he's just a few weeks ago, was it a few? It was even
9 days.
9 days ago, I got banned from Israel, 2.3 million views. And I'm like, I know this might sound a little bit conspiratorial.
Go on.
But do you think this is deliberate? So they can be like, he's putting out anti-Semitic hatred. Because I'm like, you cannot say he's literally targeted every single minority.
Well, I'd say with this specific case, because
look how far up it is on his Wikipedia. It's literally right at the top.
well, yeah. This is the thing. It's this like hierarchy of racism where he makes videos about Muslims, Somalis. He made a video about the Indian invasion of Portugal recently, and there's no backlash.
That's on the...
He's made a few about Indians. He's very he loves that. There's no like controversy. It's like, okay, whatever. The one time we did it about Israel, and it's like the ADL.
I just think that image of him being escorted out of the airport with the Jewish guy with the ringlets. Come on.
Yeah.
We've seen how that guy, what's his name, Ben
Gavir,
yeah, how those people have been treated, like absolutely.
So are you alleging that the Israeli government set it up? but what would be the benefit?
A little idea that occurred to me. I'm like, come on.
But I suppose what would be the benefit?
This guy's making a lot of money. Look for this guy. Oh, I got rid of him. Oh, Reed Dusher.
But I suppose we're saying what would be.
I'm 100%. What's his name? Mr. Beast is in league with those people, and.
But I suppose I'm saying with Israel banning him, why would Israel want to do that as a propaganda tool? What's the point?
It just fits everything else they're doing. They want to look like the victim. That's what the ADL is. They want to look like the victim. That's literally their playbook.
Yeah.
Honestly, I saw that and it just occurred to me like almost immediately, because at first I was like, wait, what? I would have thought he would be pro-Israel. But then I started to thinking maybe this is like some 3D chess game going on. Because honestly, the way things are at the moment, I don't think we can rule anything out. Tyler Oliveira was demonetized on YouTube for making a video called "I Exposed the Jewish Invasion in New Jersey. Why on earth would Israel want him in their country?" Well, yeah. But then why would he be stupid enough to go there and then make a video about it, which looks like he's having a great time? That's my
question. I actually do agree with Caleb.
Knowing that he makes 100% faked content.
No, but I would agree with Caleb. I think Oliveira is I think he's genuinely like anti-Semite, unironically.
Right.
Based on
maybe he's just anti everyone
who isn't white Christian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably what's going on. But yeah. I mean, because you have there's two sides now. There's like on the whole like racist right wing thing. There's like the pro-Zionist Tommy Robinson.
But no, wait. Let me just stop you. Okay.
Sorry, go on.
The thing is, right, this whole pro-Israel being anti-Semitic, Jewish people are being accused of it. That's my point. It's like, I agree with what you're saying, and I'm not ruling out. I'm just trying to, be really conspiratorial about it, because I think we're at the point where this shit is going on. False flags. Like, I just think it's possible that the fact that he's got that very Orthodox Jewish guy in the video, in the thumbnail, that he might be targeting a certain type of Jewish person that isn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Yeah, fair enough. But I suppose I'm saying you have like these kind of you have this split on the right now where you have like the Nick Fuentes, Tyler Oliveira, I guess, Tucker Carlson, who are like anti-Israel, and you've
Right.
got Trump, Tommy Robinson, Ben Shapiro. They're all pro-Israel, so they all agree that migrants are bad, but there's now this split with Israel, which is quite interesting. So yeah, read into that what you will. I'm just saying what's happening. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm right. I just thought I'd throw it out there because the way things are at the moment, I just wouldn't put it past any of them.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to hear the conversation.
Well, there was.
Why would he be stupid enough? You're assuming he has any wit, right? I mean, he's not exactly intelligent.
There was the case of it might be worth you getting this up. It's an insane thing to say. There was yeah, exactly, Nick. Yeah, I'd agree on that, Kayla. But there was Melanie Phillips. You can go look this up. There's a video where she literally says
How'd you spell it?
Melanie Phillips.
Oh, Melanie.
Yeah. And so I do really have to go soon.
Yeah. Well, this will be the last thing.
So she's on record saying that Jewish people need to protect the state of Israel, and they're willing to use false flags to do so. She literally actually says it. It's like it's one of the most unbelievable things. I mean, you type it in and get it. You can get it up. If not, I can find it. I can send you the link.
This false flags thing, right? So I've been watching this guy, Crispin Flintoff, like I said, and he did something last week. I think he did an interview with this guy. He interviews really amazing people, and they were talking about back in the 90s when they had like an apparent bomb outside the Israeli embassy, and how that could have been set up because they wanted to get like more protection money.
Right.
This guy, he was a professor he was talking to. There was 2 instances of these situations going on in London outside embassies, and this guy was saying he was showing the evidence of them being staged, basically, to make
it. There was also a case in
embassy.
There was a case in Scotland. You can look it up. There was a case where someone drew a swastika on a synagogue. It turned out the guy behind it was an Israeli.
Right. Well, I don't want to say this about the ambulance thing, but it's just very suspicious because they initially ruled it as a terrorist attack, and then once they caught the guys, they didn't really say anything more about it. And it's like.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the Melanie. I'm.
Is this it? What I've got up?
No, because that's denying that she did it. I found it.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to find. Sorry, just give me a second. Because I know someone retweeted it, so I'm going back on his retweets. It's just taking a while because he retweets a lot of stuff.
She's been around for ages. Look, 2004.
It's not coming up.
Look, 2004, Melanie Phillips, anti-Semitism is on the increase, and its roots are not in the right, but in the Sharon Waiting left.
I mean, if you go to
Josh,
type in
What is this? You see that? I don't even want to read it out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, this stuff is mental. I never thought I never thought I would see any of this stuff going on. Honestly, it's really freaky. I thought
I really can't find it. Sorry, but it was real. I'm 100%.
No, I believe you. So what are you
saying?
Here
we go. I found it. I should have found it. So
can you share it?
Can I put this? I don't know how to do it other than that. But anyway, so
You'll make your screen big. There you go.
oh wait,
Screen to yourself.
yes, this is going to be too blurry though, isn't it? I'll tell you what, do you want to find it?
Yeah,
If
no, I
send...
can see it. Hold it.
Okay, but isn't it all blurry?
Just the Jewish community.
Can you see it?
Oh, it's gone dark. No, I can't see it very well actually.
If I send a tweet to you, you can get it on your thing. I'll send it to you on.
You'd have to put it in the chat.
In the chat. Yeah. Or actually, if you do, hold on, give me a sec. Chris Menahan, Melanie Phillips. Yeah, there you go. All right. So if you type into your, if you bring back your screen, and if you type in Chris Menahan, Melanie Phillips, and click on the first one.
Chris Menahan.
Yeah. So if you get rid of Melanie Phillips, yeah.
How do you spell Menahan?
MENAHAN. And then get rid of the bit after Melanie Phillips.
Jewish people, false flags.
And then, yeah. And then if you click, ignore the AI thing. If you click the first Instagram link. That's it. All right, yeah. Read that for yourself. Absolutely insane. Have fun with that.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Now, the Jewish community leadership, both in the diaspora and in Israel, doesn't think like that. It doesn't think that in order to fight psychological warfare, you have to use psychological warfare. There are plenty of people in this country who...
Think how often the word psyop comes up these days.
Well, not plenty, but there are some who are experts in what's called psyops. They should be used. They can be drawn upon. These are reservoirs of talent and skill that could be used and harnessed to really make a difference. You have to have people who understand the nature and extent and dimensions of the challenge and who are prepared to buck all the conventional wisdom of all the community leaders who have led us into this appalling situation of being relatively undefended for decades.
Yeah.
The ADL was useless at critiquing anti-Semitism, but Oliveira is unambiguously an anti-Semite. Okay. Well, I'm just saying he may well be, but they might revel in that, being like, oh my God, this guy hates us. That was the point I was trying to make, like, especially listening to that. It's just a crazy world right now. I don't know. It's very hard to believe.
I mean, and look at that last bit.
Anything you see
He
online anymore.
There is no such thing as Palestine. There's no such thing as a Palestinian people. And she has, she's a columnist in our media and broadcaster in our media.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I can see she's been around for a long time. Yeah, I mean, it's just getting so blatant now. That's the thing that I find so disturbing.
Well, the thing is that
it seems like this stuff has been going on, but very, very underground, and now it's just literally in our faces.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter to some people, because I was going to do some videos soon, but like all of our political establishment are pro-Israel, with the exceptions of like some people. There are exceptions, but most of them. And the public are going to vote for Reform UK, it seems, who are pro-Israel. So, we're not. Yeah, I guess people either don't care or there's still work to be done to expose what's really going on, because yeah, because Reform UK are probably going to win the next election, and they are very pro-Israel. So
I just cannot believe that.
yeah, I know. But I mean, I'll not if I can help it. I'm going to try and do
Yeah.
something.
It's just so crazy that people can be that stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe I will have to vote after all.
And I mean, this is the only. I never joined a political party in my life or anything, but I have joined the Greens as a member just because of Reform UK. I just don't want them to win. So I don't agree with everything the Greens do, but I think given the rise of Reform, I think, yeah, I'm going to make an exception now. So I have. I did that a few months ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think just to conclude, I think the worst aspect of it, I mean, aside from the fact that people just seem to be oblivious to the purpose of what is happening in Palestine, it's just about greed and colonialism and dominance, and that is never ever going to benefit these idiots that are voting for it. The very people that they're voting for are the ones that do the financial scamming. It's just like, I don't know. And then just to see them like so blindsided and so like convinced that these people are going to do something good, it's just really like, you just want to be like, oh my God, how can you be so stupid? And I really do try. Like, I tried to show that Lady Victoria Harvey, she is a canvasser for the Reform Party. She comes from a flipping lord. Her dad's a lord. Nigel Farage, as you know, he was a Nazi at school, first of all. So the fact that he's like now trying to say he's against anti-Semitism, and he's another one. He's just a financial swindler. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he's on record saying it. There's a video on a canary which I saw. This is like before he entered politics properly, like 30 years ago. He literally says on camera, what's his word? I think he says something like, politics is a very lucrative game. There's many loopholes and ways to make money in this game.
Yeah.
He actually said it out loud.
I know. I have a video. This is why I never ever thought he would get to this. I honestly, a couple of years ago, I was like, there's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way. There is still, I have a live stream downloaded. I'm not sure if I'd be able to show it because I'll probably get copyright claimed. But there was a TV show he went on before it was before Brexit, before any of this stuff. And he was just like, what did he used to be then? Like he was really on the fringes, and he went on this TV show with these people, Dick and Dom. It was a kind of a spin-off from, that Channel 4 program where they watch TV shows and critique it in their houses.
Gogglebox.
Yeah, exactly. They came from Gogglebox. And so, he goes to they had a hotel, and he goes round to theirs for an evening, and he gets completely wasted, and he's literally just saying everything. Like, if anyone saw that, they would never vote for him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on YouTube. I found it on like a streaming service, and I downloaded it. So, because I was thinking about making a video, but then I'm like, oh, I don't know, because I just don't really want to do political content. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, this is real life. Anyway.
That's all right.
We can definitely talk about the Green Party's drugs policy next time if you want. That would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, to anyone who's watching, I hope you found this informative. And yeah, don't go harassing anyone if you don't agree with them.
And if you wanted to do a video about my new findings of Form 1, that'd be great, because I've not really had a chance to share it with anyone yet, really. I did a little piece on my website, But yeah, it'd be nice to do that because the last video we did, I watched it a few times. It was really good. I really appreciated it, and it helped my channel because I could clip it up. So
thank you.
yeah, so
So
it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
so your channel is Amar
Yeah, so it's pronounced Amen.
Aman
Baines
Baines journalist.
Yeah, it used to be Baines Gender.
Right.
With the if you really want to know the reason, so I originally called it Baines Gender because I wanted to protect my first name.
Yeah.
Then because Baines it's a fairly rare name, but it's not that rare. There's so I thought, oh, people can't find me. But then I just thought, actually, you know what? I've done this whistleblowing now where I put my name's in the article, I'm in Baines. I show my face. If I want to make it properly, which I do, I'm going to have to use my own name anyway at some point. So why not just bite the bullet? That's what I have. So I thought, you know, I was going to use my real name. So yeah, it is a bit risky, I guess. But then I also think, well,
yeah, like I said, I mean, I do think that the access to DMs is really the worst aspect of social media.
But also I think like the more I'm well known, the less, in a weird way, the more protected I am. Because if something did, God forbid, if something did happen to me, I'd like to think there'd be a bit of like outrage. I like to think, and also like, I don't have anything to hide. Like if you Google my name, there's no like court case where I've like assaulted anyone.
I know it's the same for me, but then I'm like, because I had this bad experience, I know I've seen what they're like, and I'm like, I'd rather not give them anything to go on, so I'll just keep it separate from my other life. But anyway, thank you so much for spending time. And
that's right. It's been a long time, so I wanted to do a bit of an update. So
oh well, let's make it a regular thing.
100%. I'll be up for that. Yeah, it's obviously a pleasure to talk to you. I really like what you're doing on your channel. I do.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I really didn't think you did. I was like, he probably thinks it's terrible. Like,
no. Yeah, I just changed my name and then I was busy. That's all it was. That's all that happened.
Cool. All right. Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kayla. Thank you so much.
Kayla's great. She always keeps going in the chat, and I try not to ignore her, but it's really difficult to keep up with like changing all the screens. But anyway, I'll get better at it as it goes. All right, guys.
Have you changed have you called it I'm a Baines journalist rather than Baines gender on your first video?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
If you could do that again, I'd be appreciated.
The title of this video, you should have been tagged. So maybe next time. So I was going to ask you actually, but obviously I wanted to speak to you before we went live, but you could like actually live stream this to your Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we could do it next time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like I think they do, or X.
Yeah, no, I'd rather do Instagram.
So yeah, think about it. And again, it helps to like get more people interested because, you know, generally I get people that are being in support of what I'm doing rather than against, because I'm not trying to drum up troll bombs. Simple as that. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Kayla. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll speak to you soon.
Thanks
Bye.
so much. See you later.
Oops. Pressing it with my finger.